Very good evening to everyone present here. I would like someone to please confirm to me that I'm visible and I'm also audible before we start our discussion. So this is the first of the 3 live interactive sessions for this course that will be conducted at the rate of 1 interaction per month. Okay. Now, let me discuss the agenda points. Now, those of you, I have noticed that some students have already attended the previous session from 4 to 5, and they are also in this session. So for them, there might be some issues. But I noticed that some people are already starting with some questions. So it's okay. Sajal Sharma has a question that qualified for GATE ME 2024 and have done BTech in mechanical engineering pass out. Do you have any job opportunity? Well, I don't offer jobs to people like this without interacting with them, without knowing their background. Job opportunities in IIT Bombay are announced on a website. In fact, you go to the IIT Bombay website, iitb.ac.in, and if you look at the website www.iitb.ac.in, search for something called as jobs@IITB. Okay. Yeah. And that will get that will in this website you search for jobs@IIT Bombay, register yourself, and then whenever a job is announced, you will get a notification. Jobs@IITB. No gaps. Jobs@IITB. If you search for it, you will get it. Okay. Ankit Rai has a question. Sir, can we get PYQ of this course? What is previous year's questions? No. You will have to search online if they are available. There is something called as a repository of the course, and you will be able to find some information there. This is a question which I would like the course TA Namanuddin to answer, whether the previous year's questions are available and if there is any way in which the students can get access to the previous year's questions. But I would like to just know, why do you want to have previous year's questions? Questions that will be asked to you in the examinations are based on what you see in the videos and what you discuss in the discussion forum. So there is actually no need for you to worry about the previous year's questions. I also noticed that Prachi is online. Prachi is a very old associate. She has worked with us for various activities, including NACDeC, about which I will speak. So the agenda of today's session is in front of you on the screen. We are going to talk about the last date for the examination. We'll touch upon NPTEL internship, and then we'll take some questions from the announcement. And after that, we will talk about the discussion forum. We will talk about the feedback session complaints. I'll give you, and Ankit Rai would like to have some idea about the structure of the exam. So Ankit, the exam structure is normally explained in the second or the third interaction session, not in the first one. I would not like you to get worried about examination right in the beginning. I would like you to focus on learning through tutorials, assignments, and queries that you ask for discussion forum. Examination is a necessity that for certification that we will discuss in the last or in the second last interaction session. Okay. So regarding the exam registration. So initially the announcement was made that the examination is going to be on 16th of August. I mean the last date for registering. But good news is that it has been extended by 1 week to 12 noon on 23rd August. So in case for some reason you have missed the deadline for exam registration and are regretting about it, don't worry. You will be able to register till the noon of Friday. Okay. Some words about the NPTEL internship. Many students don't know. So Lower Darshini Natarajan, I'm just going to talk about this. What you are asking, I'm going to talk about it right now. So, okay, there are two kinds of internships, Lower Darshini and Natarajan. One is NPTEL internship. This is an internship that is offered to some of the course toppers. That means students who have secured more than 90% marks in the combined evaluation of assignments and the examination. They are called as NPTEL course toppers. And these course toppers are offered internship. The internship is has a stipend which varies from rupees 2,500 for a 2-week internship to rupees 10,000 for a 8-week internship. And this internship can be online. It need not be in person because accommodation is very expensive in the area where we stay in IIT. Inside the campus, accommodation is not available. Outside the campus, it is very, very expensive. So that's why we don't want people to spend too much money for a short-term internship. Now coming to the other one about how to get the offer. So for NPTEL internship, you have to be among the course toppers, and then you apply for internship through the NPTEL office. Your application comes to us. We decide how many to offer, and then we interview the candidates and offer them internship. That is the procedure. Other than that, there are in IIT Bombay and other institutes also, there are other internship schemes available. So in IIT Bombay, for example, there are two internship schemes. One internship scheme is called as the IRCC Research Internship Scheme. This is a very prestigious scheme which is announced on our IIT Bombay website. We have a cell called as the Industrial Research and Consultancy Cell. Short form is IRCC, Industrial Research and Consultancy Cell. This particular cell offers a 6-month or up to 6-month internship called as the IRCC Research Internship. There is a formal procedure. They are announced, you apply, then you will be shortlisted, you will be interviewed. And if you are selected, one professor gets only one intern. You will be paid a stipend of rupees 15,000 a month. And you will be also, there will also be approximately rupees 60,000 kept aside for any consumable expenditure related to the project. So this money is not available to you or to the professor. It is available for purchasing consumable items required to do the project if there is a requirement. Okay. So that is the most prestigious one. As I mentioned, only one student is assigned to each professor by the institute, and the eligibility criteria for the internship is very tough. First of all, you have to be in the top 10% of your class in all your semesters. And you should be in the 6th semester when you apply, because a 7th semester, 6th semester or 7th semester, because the internship can start from December and it can go up to June. It could be minimum 4 months, maximum 6 months. Other than that, there is also an internship available. Under each faculty member, you can do what is called as an external project or a summer internship or a 2-month internship. All this information is available on the IIT Bombay website. And I'm going to get my email address typed here. In case you have a problem, you can, First thing I would like to suggest is talk to your course teaching assistant. He himself is an intern. In fact, he has a distinction of doing internship under NPTEL only. So he will guide you about internship and he'll also talk to you about various offers. So for internship, kindly use the discussion forum to ask your questions. Navanuddin will be very happy to guide anybody who wants to do internship. The NPTEL internship also gets you a certificate like this, which is available on the website, so it can be verified in the future. Now we look at some questions from the announcement. So there is one question by Kavana Nagarkar, LV. I would like to know if this person is available online. Kavana Nagarkar, LV, if you are there, please let us know. The topic of reducing specific fuel consumption for combat aircraft is of high interest in research field with evolving technologies. Why can't this desirable feature can be a required feature in combat aircraft? The answer is that combat aircraft are designed to meet certain combat requirements, and fuel consumption may or may not be necessarily a major requirement. Obviously, every aircraft that consumes less fuel is desirable, but sometimes certain performance abilities are possible only with high fuel consumption. An example of this is if you want to fly at a very high speed, like MiG-21, you want to fly at Mach 2 or Mach 2.1. You cannot say that I want to do that, but also I want to have lower SFC. It's impossible. You will consume much more fuel because you are flying very fast, you are overcoming the drag. So that's why if there is a pressing performance requirement which requires very high SFC, then we don't make it as a required feature, but a desirable feature. Okay. Some questions now from online. If I complete this course, sir, can I get preference on companies like Boeing and Air India? So, Sajal, this question you have to ask Boeing or Air India, not to me. If they are interested, if they give so much importance to my course, they will. But I must tell you one thing. There are many people who come for masters in IIT Bombay, sponsored by the Indian Air Force, Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the DRDO. When I meet them, they say that, sir, we have gone through your course on Introduction to Aerospace Engineering and Introduction to Aircraft Design. And that was very helpful for us in getting selected for this particular, course. Okay. Now, of course, they are going to come only through gate examination. So now that thing is not there. But anecdotal evidence suggests that doing this course and doing it properly has been very helpful. When I meet people who have been selected by ISRO, DRDO, they also say that we have gone through your course and we have learned many things from your course. So yes, whether specifically Boeing or Air India will prefer you because you have taken Professor Pant's course, I cannot commit, nor can I promise. You have to ask them this question. Vaibhav Bhargav has a question about assignments. How can we solve the assignment problems? I have many problems regarding assignment questions. That is a question or related term that I'm not seeing in the video or in the video transcript. Please tell me. Vaibhav, that is why we have a discussion forum. That is why we are insisting that you ask your questions or doubts in the forum, because the teaching assistant will help you. If you don't ask questions, if you wait for this session, it is too late. So if you have any question regarding the assignment, something like out of syllabus, something like incorrect, please ask it to the teaching assistants. Okay. Moving ahead. Nikhil Badgu. Nikhil Badgu has a question. I am not able to understand how the wing loading will decrease with increase in payload. Can you please elaborate? Isn't it should be like if payload decreases, wing loading will decrease. Now, this is an incomplete statement. Actually, you have to qualify this statement by saying other things remaining constant. Okay. So, if the total all-up weight remains the same and you have higher payload, it means you are having a lighter structure because the total weight is the same. In that cases, the wing loading will decrease if the payload increases because there is a trade-off between payload and the structure. Okay. So this question is a little bit confusing because it is not true under all circumstances. It is only true under special circumstances which have to be understood. Okay, so discussion forum, guys, is something which all of you should be visiting regularly. Whenever you have any query about anything, about the subject, about the assignments, about the question paper, except asking what question will be asked in the examination, you can ask anything in the discussion forum and we will be happy to answer. If an assignment is not clear, if there is a mistake, if there is a query, that also will be do. And the course TA has answered a question regarding the assignments. Okay. Yeah, he has answered the question. Fine. So please use discussion forum. Don't wait for the meeting with the professor like this after 1 month. Go to the course page, ask a question, join the group and ask your queries. Please use the discussion forum actively. It is for you and it is beneficial for you. It is of great advantage for you. So it's a resource which is for you to use. I would now move on to, okay, so there is a question from Prashant Kannan. He's a mechanical engineer working in an automotive OEM. Can I get your mentorship for developing conceptual design next? Yes, why not? Why not, Prashant Kumar? You can get my mentorship. There are many people who contact me for similar help. So it is possible. Now, how to do it is a function of how we proceed further. So I will put my email address. It's already there in the discussion in the chat window. Okay, so you send an email mentioning exactly what you would like to do, and we will be happy to take it forward. Now, since all of you are copy and paste again. Since all of you are studying aircraft design as part of this course, it will be nice if you can also understand and appreciate how conceptual design is done. So for that, there is a competition which is held every year. And the 7th edition of that competition is currently going on. And this competition is called as NACDeC. Okay. There is a website, www.nacdec.in, which I would like you to go through. www.nacdec.in. I would suggest you go through the website. Okay. So what are the aims of this competition? The aim is to encourage and nurture aerospace conceptual design activities amongst the students. So it's basically a conceptual design competition. You are not supposed to make anything or fly anything. You're only supposed to do conceptual design. But the good thing about NACDeC is that you have experts from industry and academia who are going to interact with you. We aim to have one webinar every month, and in that webinar we try to get some experts to come and talk to you about various aspects related to the problem that you're going to solve. We also have a dedicated WhatsApp group where you can ask your queries and doubts regarding the competition, and also an email account for formal communication. NACDeC will give you a first-hand feel of how an aerospace system is designed, right from the conceptualization to the final design calculations. And the fundamental or the primary aim of NACDeC is to make students of engineering colleges ready for the industry. See, no academic institute can prepare a student so much that you go to any industry and you start working from day one. But the common complaint of industry in India, aerospace industry, especially in India, is that the students who are hired by them are not at all in touch with anything that the industry wants. Especially the people who deal with system design, etc. They say that students can do analysis, but they cannot do design. So we want to help them by creating an opportunity for you to experience how design is done and to clarify your doubts through these webinars and the group. So how is it conducted? This is conducted by two branches of the Aeronautical Society of India, the design division, which is dedicated to encouraging the activities of design, and the Mumbai branch is in the city where I stay, Plus, there are some other partnerships also. There are many other agencies who join hands with NACDeC. This competition is open to teams of engineering college students like you. What we want is a team of 5 members, but 2 of them should be from aerospace engineering background. They could be undergraduate or postgraduate. We don't care about that. But we need 2 aerospace engineering students in the team. We only allow 1 team per institution because there is a huge demand. We normally get around 45 to 50 participation every year. So we are unable to take more than 1 team per institution. Okay. And each team has 1 faculty member as a mentor. But the mentor's job is basically for only administrative purposes. We don't expect the mentor to actively take part in the design activities. There are 3 formal rounds through which teams are eliminated or shortlisted. There is an initial concept report, there is a midterm design report, there is a final design report, and based on this, there is a final project report. There are handsome cash prizes in NACDeC. Every year, the prize money is only increasing. So this year, the prize money is sponsored by ISRO, and the amount is 4 lakh rupees. Okay, I don't know about the future, but this year it is 4 lakh rupees. And we also give certificate of participation to all team members who reach the final stage and submit their final design report. Just to give you an idea about what kind of problems have been given in NACDeC, I will show you a compendium of the problem statements of last. So NACDeC was started in 2017-18. It's a 1-year competition. The competition is launched sometime in August every year. And next year in the month of August is the final round. So you will get 1 full year, literally 1 year to work on the problem and to carry out the design calculations. The first NACDeC launched in 2017 dealt with multi-role amphibian aircraft operating from Juhu Airport, either for aerial surveillance and evacuation of distressed people at Bombay High. And the other application was for transporting passengers from Juhu to Lonavala at Pavana Lake. The next NACDeC was a high altitude unmanned aerial vehicle for aerial mapping of the country. Then the next one was a high altitude platform for communications coverage. After that, we gave a problem of air taxi aircraft, intercity electrical vertical takeoff and landing called VTOLA, ICE VTOLA. Then in 2021, we had a water scooping amphibian aircraft for firefighting. This aircraft was supposed to collect water from the lakes and water bodies and douse the fires. In 2022-23, we received a request from an agency called Art Park, which is a Section 8 company which is on AI and robotics based in IISc Bangalore. They announced a problem on an air ambulance, and they gave the problem statement, and very successful competition. Now, the NACDeC 7 final round, these 5 teams have been shortlisted for the presentation. So these colleges are the ones whose teams have been shortlisted. The names have been given in the alphabetical order of the name of the team, but the presentations will be in some random order. This competition is happening on 31st of August. That means the last day of this year and this month in Bengaluru. So those of you who are physically in Bengaluru or nearby cities, and if you want to attend this competition, you are welcome. We will be happy to share with you. Write a mail to us and you will be very happy. We'll be very happy to allow you to attend. There is no registration fees. It's free of cost. But the only requirement is you have to register in advance and you have to attend the event. Now, the problem statement. The problem statement for the NACDeC competition this year is design of UMADS, which stands for a UAV for Mars Atmospheric Data Study. Mars is a planet in which we are very much interested. We have sent a rover. We have sent a, we have not sent a rover yet, but we have sent a space probe. Okay, Mars orbiting mission. And eventually there is a plan to send a rover. And NASA has sent a rover called Ingenuity, which is a small helicopter. It's the first helicopter or first aircraft to be flown in an outer planet or in the atmosphere of an outer planet. So the aim of UMADS is to map, to create a UAV for mapping of the boundary layer over Mars. The distance from ground to about 100 meters on Mars can be considered to be the Mars boundary layer. And mapping of that boundary layer is very important. So ISRO is interested, like any other space agency, in getting data regarding what happens in this 100 meters band above the surface of Mars. But they want to do surveillance in the air without using any rover. Today, all data about Mars that we have is either using imagery from orbiting platforms or rovers on the Mars, but they would like to do aerial surveillance without using any rover. And the data which is collected is going to be communicated with a Mars orbiter and sent to the ground. Okay. So broad specs of UMADS are mentioned here in the textbook, in the screen. The payload will be approximately 5 kg, and you don't worry about the payload because ISRO lab called as PRL, the Physical Research Laboratory, they have already given the list of instruments that are required. So 5 kg to be carried, and the maximum weight has to be 70 kg. The aim of the vehicle is to oscillate from surface of the Mars to the height of 100 meters, and many oscillations are needed over the day of Mars, called as a SOL, S-O-L. This vehicle should be able to recharge using solar power, although it's allowed to have a battery as a backup or as a source, but it should be rechargeable using solar panels. The detailed problem statement is listed in www.nacdec.in. So you are welcome to go there and have a look at it. We will now open for any feedback or suggestions that you may have. Okay. If there is any feedback or suggestions or a complaint regarding the course, regarding the assignments. There was a question about the examination pattern. I don't want to talk about it right now. We would like to open for queries. Okay. But I would like to go ahead and talk to you about a very interesting exercise. And that is Tarang Shakti. So can anybody in the audience tell me what exactly is meant by Tarang Shakti? I'm waiting. Oh, very good. So Tarang Shakti is an Air Force exercise. That's right. So let's have a look at Tarang Shakti. One part of it has already been completed and one part of this is going to happen next month. So Tarang Shakti is an exercise. In the first phase of Tarang Shakti, you will find these four gentlemen. The first one is the Chief of Indian Air Force, Air Marshal V.R. Chaudhary. The next person is General Stephanie Mill, who is the Chief of the Air Force of France. The third is Lieutenant General Ingo Gerhards from Germany, the Chief of the German Air Force. And the fourth one is Air Chief General Francisco Braco Carbo, who is the leader of the Spanish Air Force. So all these people were physically present and took part in the exercise. So it is the largest ever multilateral exercise conducted by Air Force for aerial combat. The aim of this exercise was to strengthen the international defense interoperability. Now, this is very interesting. The Air Force of India can and should not only limit its control over area over the country, there may be a requirement for us to operate in association with some other friendly country. So unless we work together, we will not know about each other's instruments, each other's facilities, training methods. So to ensure defense interoperability on an international level, this exercise was conducted in which 67 fighter aircraft from 10 countries will take part. I am saying will take part because only half is over, half is remaining. And the one which already got over, there were aircraft from 4 countries. The exercise involves a diverse array of military, as I will show you very soon. It's in 2 phases. The first phase, already completed, was at Sulur Air Base in Tamil Nadu, in which aircraft from Germany, France, Spain, or UK participated. The next exercise is going to happen in the first half of September at Jodhpur Air Base, in which US, Australia, Bangladesh, UAE, Singapore, and Greece will participate. Ujjwal Kalal has a question about, can we register now for the competition? I presume the question is regarding NACDeC. So NACDeC 8 is going to be announced on 31st of August. You can register for NACDeC 8. Okay. So on 31st of August, we will announce the problem statement, and very soon you will see the problem statement on the NACDeC website. After that, you will be given some time to register. So yes, NACDeC 7, you are too late. It began last year in August. Now it's getting completed. NACDeC 8 will start from September. So you will get time to register for it. So along with the exercise, there is also IDAX 2024, International Defense Aviation Exposition. Here, renowned Indian and foreign companies are participants. They were displaying their equipment and defense systems. And visit by the Air Chief Marshal of Indian Air Force and the DRDO Chief were the key highlights of this event. And a similar thing will happen also in the next version of the exercise to be held in Jodhpur. DRDO has issued a statement on readiness to meet armed forces requirements. Let's look at a little bit more about Tarang Shakti. The Air Force has suggested that this exercise is going to be held biannually, that means once in 2 years. Okay. And the emphasis of this exercise is on fostering defense cooperation and knowledge, learning from each other and cooperation. In this exercise, the indigenous capability of LCA Tejas was praised by participating nations. In fact, many people from other countries flew in Tejas and they were so happy to talk about its behavior. In fact, there was a mention that when aircraft was coming into India, one Tejas was sent to receive the aircraft, and they were impressed by the stability of Tejas, although it is having a fly-by-wire system, but it's a tribute. It's a tribute. So this exercise allows that. So you can see the photographs of the exhibition where various models of the aircraft are on display and people are getting doubts clarified about these various models. So it allows us to foster cooperation between the participating nations and demonstration of India's military prowess and technological advances. Plus, it allows opportunity for defense collaboration and exploring the business ventures. Now I have a very interesting session where I'm going to talk about some of the aircraft that participated in the exercise called Tarang Shakti. So those of you who are watching the screen, I would like you to tell me, can you identify this aircraft which took part in the Tarang Shakti Part 1? Hornet. Okay. Anybody else would like to add something? Correct. This is the McDonnell Douglas FA-18 Hornet. F and A stands for fighter and attack. So this aircraft can do both the missions. It can act as a fighter and also as an attack aircraft. It's a twin-engine, all-weather strike aircraft. All right. Next question. So identify the aircraft that you see on the screen. Yes, it is C-130J Hercules. Correct. It's the Lockheed Hercules. This is an aircraft which has got high wing configuration. It's a four-engine turboprop aircraft. So, can I ask someone what is the benefit of having a high wing for an aircraft like this? Why is Lockheed C-130 Hercules a high wing aircraft? What advantage do you get? Because if you look at transport aircraft like Boeing 737, like Airbus A320, like 747, they are all low wing. But here we have a high wing configuration. So, any idea why we have chosen a high wing configuration for this aircraft? How is it beneficial? So, let's see if you are able to answer this question, which has already been covered in the aircraft configuration design. Yeah, one answer is easy to load cargo, but cargo is loaded from the rear side. So, it doesn't matter whether you have low wing or high wing in this case. No, a high wing doesn't give more maneuverability. In fact, it is detrimental to maneuverability. Uh, yes, Shreyans is correct. Shreyas is correct. Basically, a high wing aircraft allows you to operate from semi prepared or unprepared strips with less chance of damage due to foreign objects because it is away from the ground. So, the pebbles and the other things which are going to be thrown up will be less prone for damaging. Okay, now let us look at the next aircraft. This is one of my favorite aircrafts, all time favorites. Come on, guys. That's right. This is an A-10 Warthog. The technical name is A-10 Thunderbolt 2, but the code name is Warthog. This is a twin engine air support aircraft known for its durability and powerful engine. It is highly combat ready and it has many features. In fact, we discussed the features in the class. Okay, next aircraft. This everyone knows. It was in news recently. Dassault Rafale. Yes, that is correct. Recently, there was a huge controversy when India ordered 36 aircraft as a direct purchase instead of doing a manufacture in the country. It's a French twin engine multi role combat aircraft with delta wings, canards, and advanced avionics. Next aircraft. No, this is not Galaxy. So observe that there are no windows in this aircraft. So therefore, it's not for passengers. This is correct. This is KC-135 Strato tanker aircraft. It's an air-to-air tanker which is used for refueling. Okay, very large military tanker aircraft. Here is an example. So, which aircraft is it refueling? Correct. Okay, next it is F-15. Yes. What about the next aircraft that you see on your screen? Very well-known aircraft of the Indian Air Force, very old aircraft, the Dasu Mirage 2000. Not SRF-15, but that is for the refueling. Okay. Yes. So Dasu Mirage 2000 is a single-engine delta-wing fighter aircraft known for agility, speed, and versatility. It's not Tejas. Okay. Next. This is the LCA Tejas. India designed and manufactured single-engine light combat aircraft. Right. Now, there are two aircraft of the same type. Correct. This is the Su-30 MKI. MKI is a model developed specially for India. So it's an aircraft which was designed and developed in Russia. It has advanced avionics, long-range capabilities, and powerful air-to-air and air-to-ground weaponry. But it is designed especially for India. So this is a Sukhoi 30 version tailor-made for India. So here we see two aircraft flying, one on top and one on the bottom. No, no. Okay. This is the same MiG-20 as Su-30 MKI only. Right. Let's go ahead. Which is this one? As you can notice, it is on a ship. So this is a naval aircraft. Very right. This is MiG-29K, which is used by the Indian Navy. It's a deck-based aircraft. It's a carrier-based version of MiG-29, known for maneuverability, speed, powerful air-to-air and air-to-ground capabilities. Okay, next, another aircraft in the Indian arsenal. Yes, correct. That is Seppicat Jaguar. Very, very famous aircraft. It's a twin-engined supersonic attack aircraft developed by UK and France, known primarily for close air support and nuclear strike roles. And it is known for ability, for reliability, ability. And it is also very popular for very long distance strategic missions. Now we come to helicopters. By looking at the nose, you see a small cannon, and you also see there is a pod with these rocket launchers. So definitely this is a light combat helicopter called Prachand, HAL Prachand. Designed in India, manufactured in India. This is not Tejas. There's someone called Sarfal Gaming who is behind time. He's answering now. Which helicopter is this? This is the light utility helicopter. Correct. It is the HAL LUH. It's not Dhruv. It's LUH. This is yes, this is meant for replacing the Cheta and Chetak helicopters. Okay. What about this one, which has painting of a peacock on its side? Correct. This is the Advanced Light Helicopter, or ALH, or Dhruv. Bearingless main rotor and hingeless tail rotor. Oh my God. What about this one? You have to be away from it. You can see how heavily equipped is this helicopter with all kinds of armaments. Yes, this is HAL Rudra, light combat helicopter. It is Rudra, HAL Rudra. Okay, this is the this is the armed version of Dhruv. It's the same thing. It is ALH or Dhruv only, but the armed version with these additional mountings of the weapons. Okay, now we come to another giant aircraft. Again, there are no windows. So by looking at the markings, you can definitely make out it's a Russian aircraft. So Illusion is a company. It's like saying Airbus or Boeing or HAL, but which one? What is the model number? Isaac, you are right. It is Illusion, but which Illusion? This is not 76, this is IL-78. This is IL-78, which is a refueling tanker based on IL-76. So it is IL-76 modified as a tanker and called IL-78. Illusion IL-78. Small aircraft designed in India, used for training the pilots. You can see there are two seats, although right now only one pilot is visible, but the rear one is used by the trainee pilot. Sorry, by the teacher pilot. The trainee is in the front. It's not based on Pilatus PC-7, Isaac. It's a total Indian design. It is actually based on, it's a modified version of HPT-32 on which I had worked when I was in HL. This is HTT-34 or HTT-40, which is a version of the same version of that aircraft, improved. Hindustan Turbo Trainer 40. So this is a basic trainer aircraft. It is supposed to replace HPT-32 Deepak, which is earlier one with piston engines. It uses Honeywell TP331 engines, HTT-40. Now, this is a photograph of an aircraft that was flown in the Tarang Shakti exercise. This photograph has been taken by a gentleman called Kamal Beri. And he has shared with me many other photographs, which I will show you now one by one. But first, I would like someone to identify this twin-engine aircraft with a canard in the front and a delta wing. Can somebody identify this aircraft? Eurofighter Typhoon. That's right. This is a twin-engine multi-role combat aircraft available with Germany, Italy, UK, Spain. The airlines, sorry, the air forces that joined the exercise. Okay, it was flown. It was flown in by the chief of the German airbase himself. So some more photographs of the same aircraft, just for your visual pleasure. Here you see in the process of landing gear being retracted just after takeoff, maybe, or maybe landing gear is coming down also. We don't know. Another image, you can see the intakes. The intakes are almost rectangular in shape, except the bottom portion which is slightly curved. And interestingly, you can see a plate-like structure on top of the intake. So can someone tell me what is that plate doing? Why do we have that sharp-edged plate on top of the two intakes? I'm referring to this particular area. If you can see my mouse, this particular area has a flat plate. It's a curved flat plate. So I am first looking for an answer to this question, and then I will, if I have time, I'll answer the remaining questions. So this is a question that I would like you to answer in the discussion forum. Okay, this is called as a splitter plate. That's all I will tell you, but I don't want to delve into the answer. Another view of this plate is also visible in this particular angle, along with the two beautiful canards, as you can see. Here you can see what happens to the air above the wing when an aircraft is flying. You see the condensation of the water vapor into a cloud-like thing. And here you can see the power of the exhaust of the engine as it takes off. Just after takeoff, you can see it's because of the changes in the density of the air due to the hot exhaust. There is a refraction and you cannot see. There is a change in the color of the exhaust. Here is the same aircraft in a steep climb. For a good intake at high angle of attack. No, that is not the reason. That is required even when you fly at low angle of attack. Okay, so with that, I have come to the end of today's session. And now I'll try to answer some of the questions which have been raised. So there is a question from a student who was also present in the previous session on Introduction to Aerospace Engineering by the name Vijaya Ravindrath. So BE Triple E student, how can I get into ADA in future program like MCAT, TED-B, TED-BF, not TED-BY? As a scientist in aerodynamics aircraft design field, you cannot. If you are an electrical engineer, you will be required and expected to contribute only in the area of guidance and control, not in aerodynamics. Sonic boom. Okay. I don't know what that question is. So we are going to close our session. We will wait for some time till some more questions are asked by the audience. We are closely monitoring. Saab Gripen has afterburner located extended from the tailplane, but in F-35 the afterburner is located inside the empennage. What is the reason behind it? I don't know. You have to ask the people who designed the two aircraft. This is a very, very specific question. I don't have the answer about afterburner located, extended, or inside. Actually, an afterburner also needs to be cooled. So sometimes it is kept outside so that why F-16 has anhedral tail wings. Okay, that is an interesting thing. You have to look at why we give anhedral and then you will get the answer. There is a reason why we give anhedral in an aircraft wing or in the tail. So you can get. Ujjwal Kalal wants to know, can we get in company? It's very difficult to answer this question and also very difficult to tell you the procedure because internship in these companies like DRDO, HAL, NL, etc. is very difficult. Right. Is thrust vectoring really that useful in combat aircraft? Yes, it is useful. Although some people say that the complexity that you create because of thrust vectoring, it may outweigh the benefits sometimes. But generally, it gives, in fact, you can reduce the tail size also. Horizontal tail size can be reduced if you use thrust vectoring because you can use the vectoring also to get the pitch up required at takeoff. Why the Tejas MiG-27 Hornet other aircraft have a vertical fin in front of the primary air intake? It's not a vertical fin. It's basically a separator between the two engines, especially for Eurofighter Typhoon. But I don't know about this particular thing that you are saying. MiG-27, there is not a vertical fin. That is that is actually a splitter plate. That is my question. My question is, why do we have that plate? In MiG-27 also you have a vertical plate. It's not a fin, it's a splitter plate. And it is pointed. There is a reason for that. Okay. So I think you should search yourself. I'm giving you a hint. It is a splitter plate. And I would like the answer to be given by you in the discussion forum of this course. What are the key aerodynamic factors that influence the design of an aircraft's wing? Oh, this is a very generic question. I don't know how to answer it immediately. There are several factors which affect. Aircraft's wing. Mainly, you would like to have a good L/D ratio under all flight regimes. At least sufficient values to help you achieve the mission of each segment. You would like to have low drag, sufficient lift. So you would like to have as small wings as possible. Why early MiGs has every large swept tail wings? Sweep in the tail wings is given for the same reason as sweep in the wings. When you say tail wing, I mean horizontal tail or vertical tail. So repeat. Future of aviation sector in India is very bright. With people like you, Isaac, who are asking such wonderful questions, there is a doubt regarding the future. Absolutely amazing. People like you are expected to really contribute a lot to the future of aviation in this country. So it is bright. I have no doubt about it. Okay. On that note, I think we should stop the session today. Very thankful to all of you for making it so exciting and entertaining, and by asking such very good questions. We will now stop our session, and we hope to see you and many more of you in the next session to be held next month. Thank you and have a good evening.